welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a rewind plan with me for the week of July 8th through the 14th. This was my last week in Japan, so I'm really excited to use this beautiful kit, which I think kind of encompasses the cherry blossom season in Japan, which I'm really excited about. Unfortunately, I wasn't in Japan during cherry blossom season. However, it was nothing short of amazing. So this kit is from Simply Gilded. This is one of her older sticker kits, so it's got her older sticker paper. I quite enjoy her sticker kits now. The sticker paper is really thin. I showed in a couple videos back a picture of this. Clearly I did a horrible job at finishing this. I actually think I might have laid this kit down a couple weeks late, but look how beautiful it is. It just turned out so stunning, so it's making me really excited to use this kit. I think they're basically essentially the same, like nothing's changed. She hasn't updated anything really, but other than the paper. But on here you have 3 full boxes, 4 heart check boxes, some meeting appointments, just like little labels, headers, icons, and then you have 5 more full boxes, deco, flags, and then more like today reminder header things. So what I believe I'm going to do is, let's start out by, I don't think I'm going to white anything out other than probably my date covers, because she does have Monday to Sunday, so I think I will definitely use those. I'm going to be pulling in rose gold, so I have my samplers from my monthlies of paper blush bar. I've got this, I just used this in a recent kit, or in a recent plan with me for my newest addiction. The little date numbers. I'm actually going to use the sampler from Rose Color Days, and I think that's all the rose gold that I have. So we're gonna just play around with it and see if I can make a full kit out of this. I do like to white space plan, so hopefully it turns out beautiful. Let's see. I think I want to do Shine Your Light up here. I think. Let's just pull all these off. Be no different. This is so crazy. I'm really excited to... You can kind of hear the thickness in the paper, but it's not horrible. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so hopefully the lighting doesn't change too drastically. I'm probably gonna have to pull out my lights here pretty quickly. I think it's late. Oh, these don't fit in. Oh, they go like directly inside. Okay. Should I white out then? I think it'll be fine. That shouldn't be too horrible. Hope that box stays down. It was being a little weird, but I have to get some like double-sided tape for that. I'm so excited. This kit could not have been more perfect. I think, so what I was gonna do was just give away all of my Simply Gilded kits. I know not a lot of people are a fan of them. I actually think that the designs that she does are really beautiful, and I really do quite enjoy them, like I've said before, but I re-pulled all of the old ones out, and I think I'm going to use them in, I just got like the PP weeks, and smaller planners, I think will be fun to use those, especially since they are so, they are kind of geared for that, you know, like they've got the work and a lot of labels and, you know, not many checklists, but more, kind of more for that. So I'm excited to play around with her kits more and see how we get along. But it's really hot. Like I said, I'm really tired. I went down to Tucson to see, excuse me, a really good family friend. And also I was going down there to celebrate a friend's birthday. So, you know, we just had a lot of fun swimming, and we went night swimming, we rode dirt bikes and quads, and it was just a ton of fun. But that trip can be, although it's short, it can be quite exhausting. Oh, you guys, I also have this. This is from the Wonton in a Million, Michael's, one of her books, so definitely had to pull this out. I might put the Japan sticker actually down there. That would be really pretty. Let's do that now, since I don't really have a sidebar to go off of. I like a sidebar stickers. Cute. I'm excited to see how this turns out. I think it's going to be adorable. I pulled in a ton of extra washi to use as, you know, headers. I'm going to start by putting down my Monday, my like date covers. We'll see how this turns out. And then I figured it would be really cute to, I don't want them too high. Layer the My Newest Addiction heart date dots over them, just to, you know, so you know what week it was, even though you could look at the week before and after, but, you know, still. Pretty. I love the colors. Oh, I should probably pull out some flags. It kind of gets me that there's no flags in the newest Erin Condren planners. Like, what am I gonna do without putting down my Clever Gal Crafts flags? Let's do beautiful. So I'm leaving for Chicago right now. It is currently, no. It's Sunday, but what day is it? Sunday the 28th. So on Monday, I'm going to be hanging out with my nephew, which I'm super excited about. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to be heading back to Chicago, which I started following. So there was one time when I was in Chicago, just, you know, visiting family, kind of being there, I don't know, enjoying my time there. I don't know, I was in Chicago, I'm in Chicago a lot, that's where my family's from. I don't know why I felt the need to explain that, but yeah, I was there, and I noticed Kane from Print Impressions was there as well. Like, I noticed on his Instagram, and had realized that the Chicago Planner event was going on. So I immediately followed. It's like, what the heck, I could have gone. Like, it's perfect, you know, it's not that crazy of a place to actually get to, like the more popular ones, like New York, or maybe I could go to Texas. I'm just too nervous to do Texas. Look how cute that is, the little heart next to it. Oh my gosh, I love that. But so yeah, I started following them on Instagram, and I just saw them kind of starting looking for vendors. So it looks like they're going to release the dates for that soon. And I'm like, should I go? I don't know, I'm so nervous, but I feel like I would be really comfortable. No, I don't think so. I was about to say, I feel like I'd be really comfortable in Chicago. I'd feel comfortable being in the city, but I don't know, I'd get so nervous when it came to the actual event, not knowing anyone. I don't know. But these look so pretty, the little hearts. Hopefully you can see that. I might want to whip out my lights now, but it looks like it's getting a little bit dark. Maybe I'll do that. Let's see. Let's keep that out. And then like 2, 4, 6. 7. I don't know, we might be getting wild here. This is so different, but it is a memory spread, so, you know, it should be kind of different. Is that weird? Are these like too thick? So I'm taking the like the todays and the remembers. I'm just gonna alternate them. And then let's do over here today. Oh wait. Today, remember. Maybe we'll do important. Okay, so I have 2 more remembers. Let's actually, oops, switch the remembers and the todays. Hopefully this doesn't look weird. I would put these in like the middle or the bottom, but I don't know, they kind of represent, like, this is what I did today. That's at least how I see it in my mind. Okay. Looks, ouch. It looks a little chunky, but you know, maybe if we get some other headers rolling, it won't look crazy. Thinking maybe put this here. And then like the pink at the bottom. Let's see. Let's do that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to do this off camera and pull out my lights so it doesn't get too dark, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and pulled out my lights. I also finished up putting down the headers, so the rose gold foil in the center, and then just the pink washi down at the bottom. It's just regular pink washi from Michael's. That's also where, you know, the purple one was from. It was a pack. So I'm going to hold off on my sidebar for right now, just because I have this really beautiful sampler and I do want to use a ton of it because I did a ton of the things on here. So that might, if it doesn't incorporate in the spread, it'll definitely go on the sidebar. The one thing I do want to do before hopping onto voiceover and going day by day is just put down my checklist. So I would 100% cut these down into 2, and then that way you have 8 2-heart checklists. But since it's a rewind plan with me, I do want at least 3 checklists just to write more memories down. And yeah, so that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. I'll probably incorporate that in the sidebar or something like that. So let's go ahead. I'm just gonna use more of this sampler. I knew there was a reason I didn't use this in last week's spread or the week before, whatever week I was using gold, and didn't realize I had rose gold foiled headers. But I'm gonna go ahead and just take these and put them down under each, you know where I put them. Put them here. I think that's super sweet. And then 3, if not 4, gives me enough space to put at least 1 thing. So I'm marking, you know, 3 things in a checklist, and then 4 things with a special little icon or something like that, which, I don't know, it works really well for me. I like the spacing of it, and I feel like that's a lot of things to kind of mark down about a day. So unless it was, you know, like a super busy day, then it's just not enough, or a super dead day, and then it's way too much. So I kind of zoomed this out a little bit. I don't know, I'm still trying to get used to zooming the zoom. Always have. I'm not the best at that, but it's fine. These are looking really pretty. I'm loving these samplers. I'm gonna have to go pick up a ton of them from Rose Color Days, you know, from Lauren's shop, and just kind of have them stored just because they're so perfect. They have everything you need in a foil color that you don't, you know, that you might not necessarily have a bunch of things from. So I love that. Whatever, that's fine. Kind of dropped a little early, but it's all good. Perfect. So pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is fill these out, and then when I jump back on, we'll have some things filled out, zoom in, go in day by day. You know the drill. I'll jump into voiceover, and yeah, so let's go. All right, hello. We are back to doing a voiceover. This is quite a few weeks ago, and I actually even filmed it quite a few weeks ago. So I'm excited to kind of relive this week and go in day by day. So as you can tell, I filled out my 3-heart checklist. I've been liking doing that with my rewind plan with me. It kind of helps me have a clear head to see what I want to do, what main events I want to put down, and make sure I still get it all in my day. Especially in the summers, I feel like I either have nothing going on or I have a ton going on. So this has been absolutely perfect for that. So jumping in on Monday the 8th. So at the very top, right underneath the 3-heart checklist, I went ahead and put a bow clip from Tickled Pink Planning. I really do enjoy her bow line, at least her old one. I haven't checked out her new bow line yet, but I have quite a few of these little pieces and I do enjoy them. So that's from Tickled Pink Planning, and I'm using that to mark that I went to the 1,000 tour gates. I'm sure you guys have seen Instagram pictures all over. It's the orange tour gates that absolutely, there's 1,000 of them. Hint of the name, and it looks absolutely beautiful. It was so scenic, and I really enjoyed that. Fun fact, the tour gates were all donated by businesses. The 1,000 tour gate has the actual Japanese name, which I can't pronounce, but I'll go ahead and put it on the screen here. It is the temple or sanctuary for businesses and good luck. So businesses donate tour gates, and that's basically good luck for their business. The black writing you see on it, if you guys are looking up, I don't know if you care about this, but the black writing you see on it is the advertisements for it. Maybe I'll put in a couple pictures. I'm not sure. But anyways, so I put that Tickled Pink Planning bow there for that. Underneath, you guys can see a light pastel pink flag. I just took a strip of washi from a old Jax and Pepper kit, and I cut that down into a little flag. I had a lot going on this day, and I wanted to make sure I was able to get it all in. So I cut that down into a flag, kind of like a header or like a subheader, I guess. And then, as you could tell, I've been messing around with this little middle box for a while because I had so much to get in. So those 4 dots, which turn into 3 dots, those were from an old Two Little Bees kit. So I love doing stuff like this. I love making little lists inside these boxes without using like a checklist or a checkbox. I think it just looks very dainty, and it's an efficient way to get multiple things in and still look very beautiful, at least in my opinion. To each their own. So I went to the bamboo gardens. I went to Monkey Mountain, which was quite the hike. And then I had cherry blossom ice cream, which was so delicious. I would recommend all of those. Fun fact, while I was at the bamboo gardens, I saw 2 geishas, which it's very rare to see geishas. I was in the town of Kyoto. I'm pretty sure it was Kyoto. And that's where 200 of them live, but again, it's very rare to see a geisha. We actually went like geisha hunting. Not really, we were just walking through the town, and we were keeping our eyes out the day before, and we saw none. So the fact that we saw 2 at the bamboo gardens was incredible. I was just with a couple friends, and that was really cool. And then down below the little dots, I put a pastel pink circle from White Deer Stationery, and then a little ticket from the Paper Blush Bar Monthlies, and that was to mark that I went to a geisha show. It wasn't a real geisha. The name starts with an M. It's basically the geishas in training, if that makes sense, and they do these shows to help, or they do these shows throughout school, so when they do become certified to become geishas, they have the experience of these shows. So I went to one of those, and then the last thing I did in that little box, as you could probably tell, I'm a little behind, but I put a little tickled pink bow arrow across the flag of the subtitle, if that makes sense. You guys can see it. Moving down to the last part of this day, I pulled a lot of extras in from an old an old Jackson Pepper kit, because this was the Simply Gilded mini kit from her sub box. So that came in very handy. So I took a quarter box from that, and we did a lot that night. I basically just wrote party night and put balloons from this Paper Blush Bar sampler. Underneath that, me and 2 of my friends found this rooftop bar, so we went up there and just had some sangria, and I ordered french fries. Me and another friend ordered them. We shared them, and they legit came on a silver platter. It was so funny, and we used chopsticks to eat them. It was just such a good memory. And then after that, we went to a club, and then after the club, we went to this little bar and played Uno, and it was a lot of fun. And we had more french fries because I'm a french fry obsessed. Moving on to Tuesday, it cut out. Apparently I didn't get the footage for it, but I put a strip of washi from Jackson Pepper, and then on top of that I put this little deco piece from the sheet I showed in the sheet that I showed in the beginning of this video from the Wonton in a Million sheet from their Michaels collection. And that is to mark that we went to the top of Mount Koya and stayed overnight there. We actually stayed in a Buddhist monastery, which was very cool. It was quite the experience. It was colder up there, and it was just the cutest little town. Below that, I'm kind of messing around with a couple of things. You'll see that I move and swap things in and out, but I do write that we stayed in the Buddhist monastery. Excuse me. And then I think I talked about this in my last video, but I did a bunch of onsen experiences, which is just basically the Japanese hot springs. Go ahead and look it up if you guys are interested. It was such an experience, and here this night was my last onsen experience. So I took that little Rose Color Days star to mark that. And I took a little hot spring sticker from the Wonton in a Million sheet right there. I'm really impressed that I did this with my left hand, to be 100% honest, because I'm right hand dominant. But growing up, I was a dancer. This is so random. And I was a lefty throughout all my dance stuff. So, but I don't know. I'm still impressed with myself. Anyways, I don't know why I needed to go into that tangent. But moving into the final part of this day, I will go ahead and take a flag from the sampler from Rose Colored Days, the solid one, and I will layer a little flag from the Simply Gilded kit to mark that everyone, the entire group that was on this trip, we all went to the boys' room, one of the boys' rooms, and we basically just hung out. We played games, we listened to podcasts, we talked, we laughed, which was a lot of fun and a nice way to kind of end the last trip with the entire group. I stayed a couple extra days with a couple of friends that I had made, but it was the entire group. This was our last night, so that was really nice. And then me and 3 other girls went up to our room, and we basically just had some wine and we had girl talk, which was really nice to to do that. A nice way to end and cap that moment. So moving on to Wednesday, the 10th Wednesday, like I said, it was our last day with the entire group. So we said our goodbyes in the morning. No, I lied. I'm a couple days behind. Wednesday night was our last night. Tuesday night was just our last night in Mount Koya, but it was still nice to kind of recap. I think we were all getting really sentimental because, like I said, we were getting really close to the end of the trip. But Wednesday morning, I put an alarm clock because that morning some of us woke up really early. We had the opportunity to go to the traditional Buddhist monk morning meditation, which was really, really cool. It was such an amazing experience, and I'm really, really happy I went. After that, we basically took the cart, or I want to call it a gondola, but it wasn't. Like the little, what's it called? It's like a gondola. You could see it in that picture with from Wonton in a Million. But we took that back down, and then we took the train and we headed off for Osaka. So once we got into Osaka, a group of us went and did Mario Kart, which was so much fun, you guys. I dressed up as Donald Duck, and I'll insert a picture if I can or remember to. And yeah, that was probably one of my top 3 highlights of this trip, 100%. Then I took little utensils from Rose Colored Days. I put that beneath the half box there, which that half box is from the sampler of Paper Blush Bar, I think. But the utensils were to mark that we had I think it was like Ezekiel or something like that, dinner, which basically it was unlimited food and drinks for 2 hours, and you cooked in front of you, and it was really yummy, and I ate so much, and I drank so much, and it was a lot of fun. And then again, just like Monday, I took a quarter box and some balloons and put crazy last night parties. So we went to a really cool, after the dinner, we went to a karaoke bar, which was a lot of fun. We were all, we all had a lot to drink. And so we were singing and dancing and just kind of living our last night together to the fullest. We all dressed up. It was like a dress-up theme. So me and 2 of my friends, we all wore like colored wigs. So people were giving us different names, and some people just dressed up in like a fish head, a strawberry. I don't know. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. Anyways, so moving on to Thursday. Thursday, that morning was the morning that we said our goodbyes. So we just all had breakfast together. A group of us said goodbye to the big group, and then me and 3 of my other friends that I had made over there, we had took off. We took the bullet train to, what's it called? Starts with an N, Nagoya, which we went to a sumo tournament, which was so much fun, you guys. It sounds so funny, but the fact that we were able to get our hands on tickets was just absolutely incredible. They only have 6 sumo tournaments. Words are hard. I'm getting too excited. They only have 6 sumo tournaments throughout the year, and it's very coveted to get a seat. It is such a big thing over there to go. So the fact that we were able to not only get tickets, we got a box was huge. So we went ahead and did that, and we spent the entire day doing that. I think we got there maybe around 9 or 10. It took us 2 hours to get there because we were in Osaka, and we just took the bullet train over, which the bullet train was really cool. And yeah, we spent the day over there. We ate a ton of food. We watched the cool traditional experience of it all. I learned a lot about sumo. And I just made some really good memories with my friends. So, excuse me, we went ahead and did that. And then that night, so I think that was from like 8:30 to 6 or 9 to 6 or something like that. So basically after that, we walked around Nagoya. I keep wanting to call it Nara, but we went to Nara the next day. We walked around Nagoya. We saw a beautiful castle. That morning in Nagoya, it was super, super rainy, you guys. We couldn't have picked a better day to be inside, to do an activity inside. But it finally had cleared up after the sumo match, and we walked around just trying to kill time so it wasn't super crazy when we went to go catch the bullet train back to Osaka. So yeah, we did that. I'm taking a little castle from the Wonton in a Million sheet. And yeah, just went ahead and put that down. I almost moved that to the next day because the next day we saw the Nara Castle, which was amazing. Wait, no, not the Nara Castle, the Osaka Castle. You guys, so beautiful. It was just so grand. It was so tall. You could see it from literally the train station. So much fun. So on Friday was my last full day in Japan. So I don't know why I pointed to Monday, but we're on Friday. So I went ahead and took a little flower from the Simply Gilded kit and just put the flower up at the top underneath the 3-heart checklist. Like I said, this morning we went to Nara, which, you guys, the deer over there were fearless. Oh my gosh, I was absolutely terrified. They bit my shirt. They jumped on my friend. You couldn't buy little crackers over there to feed people. So the guy that I was with, or not like me personally, but he's like, our friend, he was obsessed with feeding them. So he had bought some crackers, multiple packs, and was just having so much fun running around feeding them. You see here, I'm contemplating about putting the castle over. I think I might even try to pick it up, but I'm really happy I end up keeping it on Thursday because it just fits there. Anyways, like I said, these deers were fearless. I was terrified. I fed one, and then I figured I was done. So underneath that, I'm going to end up taking a camera icon from Tickled Pink Planning. This was to mark that we went to go see the Osaka Castle. Literally so beautiful, you guys. And then while we were over there, we wanted to try the jiggly or the fluffy pancakes, but they only sold 20 a day, and so by the time we got there, they had sold their last one, which was a bummer, but we got to sit in the restaurant. Underneath that, I took a little pastel pink circle from White Deer Stationery and a little cheesecake or cake to put on top of that. What we did try was the jiggly cheesecake. So that was really yummy. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. I didn't like it. It tasted like eggs. It was pretty big. I shared it with 5 other people, 5 of my friends. We were just walking around. I forget the name of it, but it's a very popular food area in Osaka. I ate so much that day, you guys. It was unreal. In the little 3-heart checklist up there, I put all the food that I ate, which was absolutely delicious, but I was so full. But I did have the stomach and the room to end up going to my favorite ramen place, which I just found out from Jessica. She had mentioned in her video that she went to a ramen place called Ichiran, which makes my heart very happy because that was my favorite place in Japan, was Ichiran. So down at the bottom, we finished the night with a last bowl of ramen, and that was at Ichiran. So that was so delicious. I need to make a trip to New York City because they have the restaurant there. If you're in New York City, I would highly suggest it. I'm hoping it's the same as the one in Japan, but you know, you basically like order your food at a I guess you could call it a vending machine, and then you go inside and you have 2 ways you could eat it. So you either sit at your own little cubby, and then you have 2 little, it's literally a cubby, and then they slide the food from a little curtain. So they lift the curtain up, they slide your food under to you, and then they put the curtain back down. And then if you want to talk to someone next to you, you can open up your little door shield thing. I don't know. It's quite the experience. I would highly suggest it. So moving on to Saturday. Well, first of all, what you can see now is on Wednesday I went to go put the bullet train, but I ended up putting bullet train. We did take the bullet train that day. We took it from Mount Koya to Osaka. I'm tired. Excuse me. I yawn in the middle of talking. We did take a bullet train from Mount Koya to Osaka, but I, for some reason, ended up putting it on Thursday. Probably because that's the one that I did by myself with my friends. I don't know. But moving on to Saturday, that was travel day, so I headed to the Osaka airport, and I flew from Osaka to Tokyo, and then Tokyo to home. But yeah, anyways, so on Saturday, the first thing that I go ahead and do is put down a quarter box. I'm still messing around with that bullet train sticker, but I'm just going to kind of keep talking. I went ahead and put down a quarter box, and this was to mark that I lived Saturday twice, you guys, which still kind of blows my mind. It would be a lot more cool if I didn't spend both Saturdays on an airplane. It just felt like one very long day, but it was still really cool. The fact that I could say I lived Saturday the 13th, I was going to say the 15th, Saturday the 13th twice, I think that's so cool. I don't know why. So I took a little quarter box from Jackson Pepper kit. Underneath that, I went ahead and put a little airplane flag from the Simply Gilded kit. and that was to mark that I flew from Osaka to Tokyo. And then, so if you watched my last video, you guys would know my whole flying situation. So I didn't have a ticket from Tokyo to the States. I flew from Tokyo to LA. So they wouldn't let me go in until I had gotten there at 2. And they wouldn't let me go in until 4. Luckily, they had this cute little shopping and food area. So they had, ramen places and just like very traditional stuff. And this is actually where I found, this is where I found Itoya. So I went shopping in Itoya because I don't know, I was tired. It was travel day and I was like upset, not like angry, but I was really sad. I'd cried. I don't know why. Probably because I was, out all night the night before. And I was in a country, I don't know. Anyways, so I went and treated myself at Itoya, and then I got my last cup of matcha, and then by that time it was 4, and I was able to go in, which all worked out for the best because I ended up getting first class on the way home, which was something that I've never experienced before, but was absolutely amazing, you guys. They offered me like a mattress to sleep on, or they didn't offer it to me, they just gave it to you. They gave you pajamas, they offered you newspapers, they kept you full. The food in first class was phenomenal. And yeah, that was such an amazing experience, something that I will never get to experience again, so I definitely had to mark that down. And then also that Saturday, I didn't mark this down, but I had gotten back to LA, and then I had my mom picked me up. I went and took a nap at her place there. And then I ended up flying back to Phoenix later that night. Long day. I'm so jet lagged. I shouldn't have slept, but I was so tired I didn't sleep at all on the plane ride home. Okay, and then Sunday at the very top, I put an alarm clock and slept all the way in. You guys, I think I slept in until like 2 or something like that. When I woke up, I went and sat out in the living room. I had made an appointment to go get my nails done. I had acrylics on, and I couldn't do the claws. The claws were driving me insane. So I made a nail appointment to go get those taken off and to get my regular dip powder. So that appointment was at 4:15, in case you were wondering the time. Then that night I watched the Cubs game with my dad and my little sister. So I took a little, is this the Munchkin? Or, yeah, this has to be the Munchkin. Once More Love? With Love? No. Once More With Love. Is that even a shop? What shop was this? Oh my gosh, you guys. Why am I blanking? I literally just showed this sheet, and you guys are probably screaming at me what the shop is, but it's literally, I know this. I have a ton of her stickers. I love her. Oh my gosh, why? I'm tired. Anyways, underneath that, I ended up cutting another strip of washi from the kit, the Jackson Pepper kit. Put that underneath the little baseball dude. And then at the bottom, the thing I was craving the most while my time away in Japan was a burrito. So after that, I went ahead and I picked up a burrito from my favorite place called Los Taquitos. So I had to mark that. Alright, you guys, so now I'm going into my sidebar. I played around with this quite a bit, but I put down a strip of washi from Michael's that I used for my headers down at the very bottom. And then I took a check box from last week's kit, which was from Simply Watercolor Co. and that was to mark Monday through Saturday. I just basically put my favorite event that happened that day. And then below that, I took a big chunk of the bottom washi from the Jackson Pepper Kit, and I layered some deco from the Wonton in a Million travel sheet. So, yes, that's that, you guys. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this week. I really, really enjoyed the way that this spread turned out. Being in Japan was just one of the most amazing experience that I've ever done, that I've ever experienced before. If you get the opportunity to, or it's something that might be on your radar, but you're not 100% sure if you're really going to be into it, whatever the case may be, I would 100% say go. I hope I get the opportunity to go back to Japan, but I do really feel like I was able to hit a lot of staples there, and I just feel very lucky and very blessed that I made this opportunity happen. And yeah, again, you know, this is going to sound so cheesy, but I named my channel Bloom just to kind of see my life grow and to be able to look back at these memories. It just makes me really, really happy. I don't know, you guys, I'm getting all sentimental. I'm like all sad that this trip's over and that I'm done rewind planning it. But I have my next week planned with me, which I'm going to actually go film right now. I'm really excited because the week after this, my second nephew was born. So I'm going on a whole tangent now, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys got some inspiration from it, and that you're having an amazing day, week, and month. And I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye!